Hey Unicorns, it's Ellie here. And so, welcome to Motivation. And usually it'll be Motivation Monday, but it's not Monday. It is, in fact, Valentine's Day 2024. And this is a very significant time period for a lot of people who are in situations like mine, similar to mine. Past situations were like mine. Everyone's celebrating this concept of what we think love is romantically. And many of us have been through traumatic situations romantically. Now, my situation personally, I'm not so much healing through a breakup. I'm going through a divorce right now. And while the process of realizing, okay, this relationship isn't good for me, I need to move on, I've gone through that healing process. And I'll speak on that in this video. Currently, I'm healing through a different processing of, wow, this person genuinely doesn't care about me as an individual, nor the family that we built. So why does that matter? A lot of people, they feel really sad when they hear someone's going through a divorce. And the thing is, some people simply aren't equally yoked. So we can be spiritual about it, but even when it comes down to principles and daily life activity, if you and your partner are not on the same page of how you should manage your household, things aren't going to go well. So is it bad that you get divorced? Not really. That just opens up space to find a partner that will. My personal journey currently is healing through the fact, wow, I'm not even able to co-parent with this person because they are so unhealed as an individual that they cannot be a proper parent. So now I am a single parent when it just didn't have to be that way. We didn't have to be romantically involved with each other to be able to raise this child together. And that's what I think a lot of people don't emphasize enough when it comes to divorces and breakups, whether people were married or not. This is why it's good to be in a long-term relationship before marriage so you can know what things are like. I was in a long-term relationship before we got married. However, we were really young, so I took it as his immature behaviors, he'd eventually grow out of them. Some characteristics are genuinely part of people's behavior. So I've been around the scene a little bit now, and a lot of his behaviors that he had as a young guy, a lot of older guys have them. So I had to realize, okay, yeah, this is just characteristics that people have, and it's not always, oh, well, they're just being immature right now, they'll grow out of it. That does happen for some people, but if people are going on, about to be 30 years old, in their 40s and pushing 50 in their 50s, and they're still very immature, there's nothing you can do with them, let alone have a romantic relationship. You're trying to raise children properly. There's always going to be some sort of discourse because that person is unhealed. There's no amount of marriage counseling that someone can go to in order to fix a marriage when the person themselves is unhealed. In my own personal situation, when we would go to marriage counseling, there would be so much emphasis on everything other than the actual problems. We dealt with things like domestic violence and infidelity. The other issues we had, we were able to work on those. But certain issues just kept getting emphasized that didn't need to be emphasized. My ex-husband and I went to one counselor. He was a pastor, and he was trying to get him to get certified in a certain occupation. When I had showed up to the session with an entire notebook of things that I know are issues, I journal and I pay attention to things. We have our conversations. I write down things that are said. And my goal was to address these things. But when those things didn't get addressed and it was automatically, well, have you thought about this profession? it doesn't matter what profession anyone goes in. If they are unhealed as an individual, it doesn't matter how much money they make or the way that they make it. Even when we told the counselor, this is what we do for money, they were focused on something that had nothing to do with our problem. That wasn't going to resolve anything at all. Yet, that person was projecting their own narratives onto us instead of helping us figure out the actual issue. So when things like infidelity and domestic violence are brought up, the last thing you need to think about is finances. Okay, where is this coming from? Why is it that you guys are screaming at each other? Why is it that this conversation is going this way? And why is your communication this way? And why is it leading to physical violence? Why is it that your relationship is going this way to where you feel like you need to step out of the home and step out on the wife in order to feel fulfilled? And why are you lying about it? For myself personally, I told my ex-husband, I'm polyamorous. At the time, that was a terminology that I knew. And now that I've studied and grown, I realize I am open to polygyny, having another wife in the home. So that is a certain type of structure where there are multiple women available for the husband. And at the time, I had a comprehension of that. I didn't know the specific terminologies, but even when I let that be known to my ex-husband, it was the thrill of cheating. It wasn't a genuine desire to have a relationship with another lady, because he would be committing infidelity with other married women. So there's no genuine relationship he's trying to have with them. It's the thrill of doing something wrong. So I had to deal with thinking to myself, why is he doing that when I already explained to him that I am okay with this sort of family dynamic? That's an unhealed part of him that feels a need to do something wrong. For myself, I did too much. I did too much. I can't say that I stuck around too long because of unworthiness. Again, I thought it was immaturity and he would grow out of it, but I kept allowing too many behaviors to repeat themselves to a point where it would just be a pattern and a cycle. And I just kept wanting to believe, okay, I'm going to change. That's what a lot of us ladies fall into. Okay, I'm going to change. Now, for guys, they have different circumstances. Guys have to deal with things other than cheating when it comes to ladies. I can't speak from a male's perspective, but for a lot of ladies, it's just cheating. Why is this guy cheating? In my situation, why is he cheating when I already said he could have another girlfriend? Why is he lying when I say, did you go out with her? Why are you getting upset with me and putting your hands on me when I catch you in the act of lying? Why are you getting upset with me when you try to have an intervention with all your friends and only told them half the story? And I'm also healing through the fact that after our split, my own birth mother decided to side with him in situations to conspire against me in our divorce and dealing with our son. My intention was to have a healthy co-parenting relationship even through our divorce. I have no animosity towards anyone. I'm not jealous of his new relationship. I'm not angry that he moved on with his life. It's congratulations. Now our son can experience a different life that I'm able to provide by myself. That's my mindset. Do you need assistance with something? You need food stamps? Here you go. You need help with school supplies? Here you go. I don't mind doing that. If I have it, it's for my son. It's no question about it. We're co-parenting. It's not an argument of trying to get money out of someone. I was called a deadbeat mother. I was told that I'm mentally incompetent and unable to be a mother, unable to parent properly because of my I was accused of having a mental illness that made me incapable of being a proper parent. It was so many things that happened throughout this divorce, and I'm like, where is all of this coming from? Why is my mother co-signing? Why is my ex doing this? Doesn't he realize that this is affecting our child? I'm I'm not hurt about the past relationship. I realize it's just never going to work with us. I've already healed past that. But then going through the divorce, signing my documents, paying my money, and then finding out that none of that was turned into the court system to the point where I'm having to represent myself pro se and do a contested divorce because he decided to be dishonest. Why would he do that? Why would he steal my money? Why would he bring me the documents and have me sign them just so he wouldn't turn them in? Why would he get another girlfriend and have another child just to continue to stay married to me for years? Dealing with that confusion is what I deal with. There's statistics that say that the wife is primarily the one who files for divorce. Well, no one looks into why that statistic is true. People think it's just, oh, well, she wanted to leave him for another man. Oh, women just don't have any sense and they just want to get out of situations and not think about it. There's so many situations like mine where the guy leaves. He just leaves the home and the woman is forced to file for divorce. So you can't look at statistics and numerics and think you know the entire scenario. Yes, mostly women file for divorce, but that's paperwork. How many men are the ones leaving the home, which leaves the wife no choice but to file the paperwork to go ahead and end the situation? We have to deal with so much confusion. Family members, oh, you guys are splitting up? You just saw everything we went through. I confided in you as a family member. You know the trauma I'm dealing with, and you're questioning why we're getting divorced? I've had to cut off all my family members after I saw the way that everyone was treating me. Everyone confused as to why I'm getting divorced, as if I'm doing something wrong. People going behind my back and telling my ex-husband things to hurt me on purpose. If you guys don't like me as family members, okay. But if you don't like me as a husband, you don't have to be with me. We chose to be together. You can leave. Why are you choosing to hurt me? My family members can't do anything about being related to me. It's not right that they're hurting me, but they can't go anywhere. Our DNA and DEA is still connected. I'm only connected to the husband through my child. So why would you choose to hurt me like that? So not talking to any of my family members, not associating with any people who associated with us before, going, because I was on the dating scene for a little bit, but now going over 2 years without seeing anyone and just having time to myself to heal and reflect and realize, wow, a lot of people are very unhealthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you claim to be religious, if you claim to be of a high ranking in an organization, if you claim to be spiritual and in tune and intuitive, why would you act in such a way? Why would you condone such behavior? People use prayer circles, people use magic, people use rituals, people use ceremonies, people go to spiritual counseling and Christian counseling and lie to the counselor. What's the purpose? I have to show myself. I have to say, I did this wrong. I was over communicating when I know that I was being manipulated, but I was still trying. I still allowed this behavior even though I know it was wrong. I lied for this person and enabled their behavior. I did that. I was wrong for that. I did behaviors that I was not proud of for money. And my ex-husband encouraged that type of behavior. It's always quick money and let's get a lot of money quickly and maneuver through the system in an unrighteous way that's encouraged. But when it's put your head down and focus, we can do that a little bit, but I don't want to do that too much because it's too much work. Well, doing a lot of work is what gets you long-lasting results, and that's just principles that he did not stand on. Now, as an older adult, I'm able to make clearer decisions about whatever partner that I would, whether it's seeking or attracting or coming in contact with. I know what I would say yes and no to now. What I thought was a yes before was based on let's build together. At the stage I'm at now, I can't build the foundation with you. You have to have your own foundation. And we can expand, we can evolve together. But for the ladies listening who are looking for encouragement, and for guys too, if you're looking for advice dealing with someone who has gone through situations like this, you have to have your own to some extent as a lady and as a male. Ladies, do not help a man set his foundation up. He needs to have his own foundation. He needs to already be self-sufficient in some sort of capacity. And ladies, do not always rely on the man for every single thing initially. Eventually, you can work up to the point of being provided for 100%, but never put anyone in position to take over your life immediately. My ex-husband and I built everything together, and once he left, I had to let so much go. There were so many promises unfulfilled, and that left me feeling empty because it's like, I'm a reliable individual. So being in a unit with someone who's not reliable and all these promises being broken to all these people and all these projects going to waste or having to be pushed back so far back because I can only do so much by myself at a time, that doesn't make me feel good as an individual. Seeing my son go through situations now, my ex with a new partner who abused him, and they're fighting court for her behalf. My ex-husband is not fighting on behalf of our son. He's fighting on behalf of his girlfriend, to the point where they both have lost custody of both of their children. Healing through why would he do such a thing? But it's again a cycle. It's a cycle and repeated behaviors of what family members go through. He never repented. He never did shadow work. He didn't do enough soul seeking. We started our spiritual journey together intentionally. I was doing tarot cards and buying crystals and stuff with him when we had our awakening several years ago. And through that awakening was when I fully awakened and saw, yeah, this guy is not it. Because why are you okay with certain behaviors when we have the knowledge we have now? At first we were ignorant, but now we know. You know better, you do better. So healing through family members pretty much encouraging his toxicity and discouraging my righteousness because that's what they're used to. People are used to encouraging toxicity, or if people have hidden animosity towards someone, they jump on any opportunity they can to hurt them. I didn't know my family members felt a way about me until this divorce started happening. Family members acting confused as to why I'm getting divorced. Family members acting as if I shouldn't get divorced. Or family members changing their narrative of you should get divorced, you shouldn't get divorced, and flip-flopping, giving bad advice on purpose, pretending as if they don't know certain details but smiling in my face. It's a lot to heal through. I'm not hurt about a relationship. I realize, okay, I'm an adult. It's okay. I'm getting divorced. I'll have to find a new relationship if I want to be married and be happy in that way. If I decide not to be single, that's okay. Healing from that. But then healing from everything that came with being lied to about getting divorced. My family members, blood family members, not my in-laws, being lied to about the condition of my child. Healing through those things. Being limited in contact. There was a period of time where I would try to video call my son. I would be able to video call him frequently at first, and then it turned into, well, you can only video call while I'm at home. Why can't I video call him while your girlfriend's at home? Just hand him the phone or the tablet and let me video call for a few minutes. Why do you have to be home? Why can't she handle it and just let me talk to my son for a few minutes? If I get it, you work a lot, but that doesn't have anything to do with me and my son. Oh, well, he's on punishment from the tablet. Okay, well, take the tablet away once he gets off the phone with me. Oh, well, you need a schedule to call him. Okay, let's call every Saturday at noon. I text on Friday to make sure Saturday at noon is still on schedule. Then Saturday at noon comes. Oh, something's going on. You gotta wait. Just continued problems that make no logical sense. And then for those who are intuitive, learning later that spell work is being done, witchcraft is being done, and that's not provable in court. Only God can judge that part, and I have to take whatever I have to visibly see to the courtroom. Healing from those things instead of just, oh, my heart's broken, I can't believe I have to move on to a new relationship. That's fine. That's way over. Why the heck did all these other things happen though? That hurts my heart. That I can't have a healthy co-parenting relationship with the father of my child. That goes way beyond a competition over a man. I was never in competition. If he wanted someone else, he could have someone else with me. I know how to hold my own frame. I know what I'm capable of as an individual. So if his capacity required another lady in the relationship, that's no issue with me. But not everyone has my mindset and my morals and my standards. So even when that opportunity was open, it was still not utilized. Not properly anyway. And so, no, I just wanted to share that, like, testimony and motivation for you can heal through these things. You don't have to let these things hold you back. Some people get stuck in situations like these for the rest of their lives. Not I. Mm-mm. It's not about moving on into a new relationship. It's about moving on with life and progressing. Whether I get into a new relationship or not is no one's business. What does need to be handled is this severed tie from my previous marriage. Why are we starting a divorce process and you want me to apply for government assistance and say that you live with me? We're supposed to have been divorced a year ago. At the time period that this happened, we were supposed to have been divorced a year prior. You know, just stuff like that makes no logical sense. So yeah, you got this. I got this. It's all over now. It's the fact that it's Valentine's Day, and it's just the irony of it all. A lot of people are getting cheated on right now, getting lied to, and it's just, what's the point? Everybody be honest with yourself first. Be honest with yourself. Going on 2 years without somebody, and I am so glad about it. So glad about it. Able to reflect and be with myself. All right. But yeah, we're going to continue these motivational talks, and I will be sharing my own story in order to give motivation. And yeah, it's a lot that's been going on for some years now, and I got a lot to say. All right. Bye, Renicorns. I will see you in the next one. : close parentheses, less than 3. Peace.